How's it going, everyone? VenomousStare here. Back with more StarCraft 2, this time a ZVP from two high-level players, one of them American, one of them presumably Korean because this game was played on the Korean server. Spawning in the bottom left of New Gettysburg is Little Nicky, better known to us as Root Vibe. He's playing on Korea, so using a Smurf ID. SonGoku, who I'll probably just call Goku, is opening Forge. So we might get to see a cannon rush here on New Gettysburg. Now there is an absurdly popular spot on this map where people will build cannons over here. Yeah, a pylon here, and I think you can build the cannon here with the range of this pylon. And Vibe's going hatch first, which is very bad against cannon rush. But Vibe, I think, kind of saw the probe. He's going to move his Overlord over, and he should know about the spot. SonGoku's going to start his cannon, as I'm just butchering the observing here. And he sees the pylon, so Vibe knows what's up. But his pool just started, and so did his gas. So honestly, he's pretty powerless to defend this, as we see another cannon going up here for Goku. So at this point, Vibe knows what's going on, but he's powerless to defend it. Notice Goku here is patrolling at the third because he is concerned that Vibe will just take this base and abandon his natural. Now it's worth noting that the reason this cannon rush is so powerful is because in order to stop it you have to go all the way out to this third, as you see the hatchet cancelled. And not only do you have to go all the way down the ramp, up another, and over here to the third to stop it, you can build a cannon here, and this contingency can allow you to cannon rush across dead space into the natural, and most importantly, the Zerg is completely cut off from taking this third. Oftentimes what you see in cannon rushes is, oh, my natural's been cannoned, I'll just take my third. So this cannon is very, very good as we see the probe go down. This cannon is very good against Zerg at dealing with this. Vibe kills the probe and expands down to the fourth. He also has a cute little hatch up here top right. And Goku has taken his natural as well. Hey, calm down. So Goku has taken double gas. He's prematurely saturated. He's pretty much walled in, the Protoss wall in. Chronoing Warp Gate and making an Adept. This Adept is a good follow-up to a cheese because it's useful for scouting and it's useful for Ling styles, useful against Ling styles. So I really like this Adept. Also, an Adept is very good at walking around the map and just figuring out what's going on because of the phase shade. Remember, with this little shade, you can potentially walk the Adept in one location, walk the shade in another, to pretty much look in two locations at once. But Goku is probably just going to try to scout the main and be aggressive with it, as we see roaches on the way for Vibe. Going roaches, and he has a little base up here to help him get some income. And this Adept sees it. He knows what's up. He sees the absurdly slow roaches. I mean, these roaches are slow. Basically brain dead how slow they were moving there. Goku is going to run forward, see what he can find. It is very important for him to know the extent of Vibe's kind of economy, I guess. He sees this base. He's going to clear out the drones. Vibe might make a structure here. Oh no, the queen finishes. So Goku, if we look at his vision, he sees, okay, well, my cannon's kind of worked. He looks like he's trying to go roaches off of very few drones. But we know that Vibe has a nice little ace up his sleeve in the top right. And he's making Ravagers at the front door. He also has a queen. So this queen is going to be very powerful because of this. Its 9 range versus air is just going to devastate this mothership core. 3 Ravagers are going to see what they can get done. This ramp is very wide at the base of New Gettysburg. Another queen comes up for Vibe. Notice how he's been spreading creep from his main. This is very important to do versus cheese. and he'll use the Ravagers to poke and prod away and kill a Forge. Goku has quite a few Stalkers. He has to be careful not to gargle the Corrosive Bile. Going to try to kill the Ovi, and Vibe misses his transfuse a bit, transfusing a Ravager there, potentially dealing with some cross-server lag, as I don't think Vibe would have ever missed that on NA. Notice how Vibe is continuing his creep spread that started all the way out from his main. This is so important. Having this little bottom bridge area creep spread is instrumental, especially whenever you're playing this delayed layer style with slow roaches. He's also building an Evo chamber, so upgrades or potentially drops from Vibe. New Forge on the way from Goku, as well as Blink almost done, and it looks as though he's going to start a third as well. Blink just finishes for Goku, as well as a Robo. He's really powering hard off of these 3 gates. He has quite a few Blink Stalkers. These queens have to be very careful not to get caught, but they're absurdly slow. The creep runs forward. Vibe transfuses the queen. He doesn't have energy for a second, and he might lose both of these very valuable queens. Vibe is about to have Ling speed complete, but this Blink Stalker pressure is very scary. Blink Stalkers, of course, are very good against escaping against Ravagers. Oh, but Ling speed finishes. Goku has to be careful here. He's kind of screwing this up like his fight versus 19, but now he's in this choke. But at the same time, Little Nicky, aka our boy Root Vibe, he's trying to fight in this choke, and he has the army that would win in a straight-up engagement. But with Blink, they do a bizarre little micro encounter there on that narrow bridge. Dead even in workers despite the early game cannon rush. Vibe's going to fly an Overlord over the third base of Goku. Goku has already started to wall off the ramp at his third, which is smart. But Vibe is going to be able to deduce that the third exists, and he's going to clean up this cannon rush. Notice how Vibe takes this natural immediately after clearing the cannons as well as the third. It's important to note what players see in their vision, because oftentimes that is instrumental in their decision making. And if we look at the vision of SonGoku, he probably thinks he's absurdly far ahead. As probes at the third start to die, Vibe running in Lings, and he's going to try to delay this third, as Goku really does not understand. He sees so many units, he's like, what the hell is going on? He should be on like 2 base economy. In Goku's eyes, Vibe just has this base saturated, and he's taken this one, and they haven't kicked in yet. Little does he know, Vibe has this fully saturated gold base and another hatchery up here to produce units very, very close to Nicky. Almost as though this was like a proxy rack. So it is quite literally a proxy hatchery, because it's churning out units right at the front door of the Protoss. And at this point, again, SonGoku, what does he see? He sees, okay, well, he's on 2 bases, and he's kind of getting this one and this one established. Doesn't know about this gold, this fully saturated, or this base. That's huge. Huge deal. Because Goku, right now, he's completely altering the way he plays to fit the fact that he thinks Vibe doesn't have much economy. He's forced to blink away and lose both of his immortals. And he's going to try to warp in again, and I bet Goku's thinking, well, what the hell, how does he have so many units? He's trying to tech to Templar. Would not have probably done this off of 3 bases if he thought that Vibe wasn't doing what he was doing. He's going to blink back here, and Vibe has a never-ending stream of units. SonGoku never found this base, nor this one, as he tried to be cheesy in the early game, but Vibe really defended it well. And one thing you can do with cheesy players is kind of do cute little sneaky things back to them, and that's what we saw from Vibe this game. As Corrosive Bile land onto Immortals, and Ravager Ling is going to come in here and clean up the no splash damage army of Goku. Goku's trying to warp in Zealots, it won't really matter. Vibe has Ling Ravager and +1 on his Lings, so these Lings do a lot of damage. Remember, this Forge died early on, so Goku's upgrades were delayed. It's very important to have a big upgrade advantage whenever you fight this many units from Zerg, as more zealots come from Goku. Keep in mind, these are speed zealots, but Zerglings with +1 attack kill things very quickly. And Vibe is going to try to run his army away, as at this point he is ahead in workers, and look, he's getting over 3,000 mineral income a minute. This is due to this gold base. Very powerful. More units coming up here. The never-ending stream of Zerg is going to be the death of Goku. And he tries to fight with this pathetic little army. More speed lots coming in. But Vibe has so many lings that keep these zealots in place, allowing him to drop corrosive biles down on these zealots. And even though these zealots are two-shotting Zerglings, it really does not matter all that much because Vibe has so much. And SonGoku leaves, does not have the grace to GG after his failed cannon rush. Vibe also had Muta on 11, or he also had Aspire and 11 Mutas on the way. Make sure you subscribe for more.